morning, everybody. I'm out for a hike this morning and I'm near North Bend and I'm at the Mount Teneriffe Trailhead. I got here around 7:15 and the trailhead's locked. I've waited for about half an hour. I looked online and it said it's supposed to open at 7 today, but I'm gonna head over to the Mount Si Trailhead because there's connector trails that I can join up with this trail over there. So I'll be back with you in just a minute. So I've moved the car just about a mile down the road. And let's see if we have the map here. Yep. I'll point out where we are. We can check out the map here. Where we're headed is Mount Teneriffe, and that's 4,585 feet elevation. And I was hoping to start here at the Mount Teneriffe trailhead, and I was gonna go this way. But we can just as easily start here at the Mount Si trailhead. We're gonna go here, probably take the Roaring Creek Trail, and then head up this way. So that looks good. It's going to be a 13-mile hike with 3,800 feet of elevation gain, approximately. I called and left Steve a message and let him know my change of plans. So that's important to make sure somebody knows what trailhead you're starting from. And it's around 50 degrees. I saw elk, cow, and calf on the road just about a mile from here. It's a nice way to start the day. So I'm going to keep my eyes out. I don't know if there would be any once we get going up the mountain here. But it's a beautiful day. The starting elevation here is 700 feet. So we're going to have a big climb today. The hike I did last week was also a big climb, but it was shorter trail, just 4 miles. So that was around 800 to 1,000 feet of elevation gain per mile. This one's going to be, well, I don't know exactly, but it's approximately 6.5 miles one way with the same elevation gain. So it's going to be more like 600 to 800 per mile. So not quite as steep. Some of the birds I'm hearing right now are flickers, northern flicker. There's a few active birds. Come to my trail junction, and I could go on the Talus Loop Trail, which would connect to Teneriffe a bit higher. But I think I'm going to go on the Roaring Creek Trail, which connects a bit lower, but we may be able to see a small waterfall that way. I'm seeing a woodpecker. Let's see if we can get a picture. He's a pileated woodpecker with a nice red head. Always lots of greenery on the forest floor. Lots of sword ferns right in this section. Teneriffe Falls is another great destination that's right here on the mountain. The trail is a little bit of a side trail, and you can combine it with Mount Teneriffe. I did that hike just by itself in May, and I can put a link to that in the description. I really enjoyed it. The water was flowing really well at that time. I read online that it's pretty much a seasonal waterfall and that right now there's not much water, if any, flowing. So we're going to skip that part today and just head straight up to the top. I've just come up from the left trail there, and we're going to go off to the right here. If I would go down the trail behind me, that would be to the main Teneriffe Trailhead. So we're on the trail that we would have been on if we hadn't had to switch trailheads. Trail is nice and wide right here, and it's got rocks embedded in the trail, but it's not like the other trail I did where they're knee-high, ankle-high, and you're having to step around them. Slows your pace down. Well, slows it even more. I'm just going a slow pace that I can maintain and not get overheated. Okay, if I had taken the higher trail, the Talus Loop Trail, I think we would have come out right here. Or there's a junction to it over there. I'm taking a sit-down break here now. I've come in about 2 hours and gained 2,000 feet of elevation and about 3.2 miles. So I have probably another 1,800 feet to climb and probably 3.2 to 3.5 more miles to go. It is quiet and refreshing here in the forest, and I think closer to the top I'm going to come out into the sun, so I have a sun hat and long sleeves if I need them. But it's been really nice so far, and I haven't seen any other people yet. We're in the series of just long, slow switchbacks and just steady going up. We've come to a junction, which is a welcome sight. As far as I read before, once you get to this point, it's 2.3 miles to go. And if you are ambitious, you could head over to Mount Si. Sometime I might do it as a loop. Come up this way, go over to Mount Si and down. Yep, I think we have 2.3 miles left to go. Pretty elderberry berries. Blackcap raspberry. Red huckleberries. Well, I've come in 5 miles now, and I'm in another flat section, which is always appreciated. I'm seeing some, they're dried up now, but the bear grass is just starting at this elevation here. And there are a few berries, a few end of season wildflowers blooming, but we're getting closer. The one thing about not having many people out on the trail today is that I'm getting lots of spider web, and plus I have short sleeves. I quite often am wearing long sleeves, but yeah, I'm breaking the spider webs this morning, so I have little strings on my arms and face, so that's kind of funny. But no bugs, no mosquitoes, no flies, no other insects. Seen a few bees on the flowers, that's all. So I guess I'll just have to deal with the spider webs. Here's a variety of blueberry. The trail's turning to be a bit more rocky here with loose rocks. And we're going steady up again. Come to another map. We're definitely getting closer. This one's up a little high for me to see, but we're getting closer. Whew. The hike today has been making me hungry, so I'm looking forward to having a nice lunch. I brought a cheese wrap and some chips and grapes, and have a couple snack bars, granola bars, in case I need a little bit more. I usually don't get very hungry, but today is different. Looks like we're gonna have some clearing now. It's a bit hazy, but I can see Mount Rainier straight ahead there. Straight to the south. I can see North Bend below me and the Interstate 90 highway. Snoqualmie River. Okay, we have a little bit more to go. I think we can get up to the top of those rocks there. We came along the side there a little bit, and I could see where other people have gone up. Just to the right here. Last little scramble. Been sitting up here having my lunch, chilling, enjoying the views. There really are 360 views here. And I'm looking at the other places that I've hiked and looking at some places that I'd like to explore more. Enjoying Mount Rainier that just kind of floats above everything. It's quiet, there aren't any other people up here right now. And just, you know, reflecting on all the things I have to be thankful for. So it's been nice. My GPS measured that at 7 miles to get up here and 4,100 of elevation gain. So I'm not sure if that's because I started from the other trailhead, but I took a screenshot of that, and then I'll see, usually on an out and back it should double, but I'm not sure if I walked around a little bit extra, and it did skip in one part. So when I get back down to the trailhead, I will give you an update on the approximate mileage and elevation. And the trail was fairly steep in this last section, but the only part where I had to use my hands was just this top rocky section here. Just go along the edge of the trees here and then back down a little bit, and I'll be back on the trail. But I am going to use my trekking poles on the way down just to help with the knees a little bit and balance. But compared to Granite Mountain, the trail itself is much more of a relaxing as far as your movement and steps and so forth, but it still is steep and it is quite a bit longer. So yeah, I'm just gonna look around a little bit more. It's kind of a ridge here, so the rocks are not loose. There are a few loose rocks on top, but I am just going to stay right in the center. I'm not going to be too risky and go out on the edge, but I'm going to go just that way a little bit and take a few more pictures. We're still making our way down now. I'm in the middle of the gentle switchbacks, as I call them. They're very long. Well, I'm almost to the end now. I'll have to say that was a long hike, good workout. have to admit that I'm a little bit sweaty. If it turns out to be 14 miles, that's going to be my second longest day hike ever. My longest was 16 miles, and that was down at Mount Rainier, and that was with Steve and Christy. And we went to the Indian Henry's hunting ground, and that was an amazing day. So yeah, thanks for joining me on this one. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below. I always like hearing from people. I like your sense of humor, and I really appreciate your support. And I hope things are going well for you. And I'll see you next time.